Incoming transmission. Radio Rebellion.
Welcome to the Rebellion. Merry Christmas. Another episode of Radio Rebellion, a Star Wars podcast. How are you guys doing? It's here, our season 2 finale. It's the holidays. It's the end of the year. It's Christmas yesterday. So we're going to have a lot of fun today as we cover the Sequel Trilogy. There's no controversy surrounding the Sequel Trilogy, right? So we'll do our best to keep it as clean as possible. We have our ups, our downs. We'll go over it. Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, everything else. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. Don't forget, today's the day. We're going to be announcing the winner of our Grogu keychain, our giveaway. We had a lot of people participate. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun today. So thank you guys for taking a few minutes today from your busy holiday schedule. I know it's weird doing this today. We just had Christmas yesterday. People are driving, flying, doing all sorts of stuff. So I appreciate anyone that's taking their time today, tomorrow, next week, whenever, to come here, talk a little bit of Star Wars, listen to me talk Star Wars. I got my Yoda Santa hat on. Of course, I had to have it. It's our Christmas special. And as always, let me say hi to our good friend Tony, Mr. Reese, Mr. Rez. We love it when you're here. I got your name down. Who knows? Maybe you'll be our winner of our big giveaway today, our first one. We'll see how it goes, and then if we decide to do more. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome here. I got all the names here. We're gonna put them in a little bowl later. Pick the winner. Got a few props to do today, so we're gonna have a lot of fun with you guys. So how was your Christmas, everyone? I saw out there on Twitter all you guys posting all your Star Wars swag that you got over the Christmas. Over Christmas, everything that you guys post, I'll do mine. I got a couple of things I'll show before we start. A little stormtrooper and a little Vader. Supposed to be dashboard dancers, but we'll put them at my office. We'll keep them at my office. Sorry, my ears are hitting the microphone there. Also got very cool. A Cal Kestis with BD1 Funko Pop. This was a surprise. I gotta find a spot for this one back there in the old Funko Pop wall back there. Let's see what else. Han and Leia for the year anniversary. Empire Strikes Back. It's gonna be awesome. It's great. We have our Bounty Hunter lineup. Of course, Boba Fett. He's everywhere now. IG, Django, Boss, R5, P8. Everyone's here. And finally, we had a little. Oops, something fell. Our first order trooper with it, Assault Walker. It's right there. There you go. So yeah, some of the cool stuff we got this Christmas for Christmas. Some of our presents. Also some Star Wars shirt, a very cool Inquisitor shirt. I'll be wearing that later. I was gonna wear it today, but of course, it's Christmas, so I need my Star Wars ugly sweater, which is not ugly. It's awesome. It's Star Wars. Yeah. It is. Oh, look who's here. Our friends from Scary Scuttlebutt Podcast. How you doing, Ro? Saludos. Muchos regalos. Sí, a todo el mundo. Hay que darle, ver lo que nos regaló Santa Claus hoy. So, gracias a ti por estar aquí hoy. As always, Mr. Rez. Yeah, it was a lot of good stuff today. So, all right. That's it. We got our gifts we show them. So, let's go ahead. Let's start talking Sequel Trilogy. So, let me make some space. I got a lot of stuff lying around. So as you guys know, I've been doing this. Oh, always forget. I gotta do my intro. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's talk Star Wars. So yeah, Star Wars Rewind. This past what it's been now? Almost 10 weeks, 8 or 9 weeks. We've been doing this. We've been going back, revisiting all of these Star Wars theatrical releases, movies. We did, of course, the 3 prequel trilogy movies. We did a Clone Wars animated movie. We did that one also. Sorry, Dale, sometimes we start late, sometimes we start right on time, but you're here, Dale. Thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas to you, Dale, and everyone else that might be joining us later, watching this either later on when the video replays on YouTube, if you're listening to this to the audio podcast when it drops on Monday, or if you join the chat a little bit later, Merry Christmas and thank you for joining us. So yeah, we've done all the prequel trilogy movies. We did the animated Clone Wars movie. We did Solo. We did Rogue One. We did the original trilogy, of course. And with the end of the year, I didn't want to keep going for 3 more weeks talking about the sequel trilogy. So we'll end the year. We'll end the season. This is the end of Radio Rebellion Season 2 with a big show. We'll talk about all 3 sequel trilogy movies. We'll be here for a while, but it's fine. It's the last show of the year. So grab your eggnog. I know it's cold in a bunch of places down here in Florida. It was 27 this morning. It's up to the 50s now. So it's chilly everywhere. So let's relax, take a little break, and talk Star Wars. So yeah. So we got to the sequel trilogy. This was when, for what was it? Almost 15 years. 2005 came in. Revenge of the Sith premiered on the theaters, and that was it. No more Star Wars movies. We're done. Hope you like it. That's the end of Star Wars. We won't see it ever again. And then, by some miracle, 2014 got here, and a new Star Wars is announced. Disney has bought Lucasfilm from George Lucas, and we're getting a new trilogy. So I want to hear from you guys. Where were you when you heard the news that Disney had bought Lucasfilm from George, that there were going to be more movies and they were moving forward? Where were you? What was your reaction? For me, it was very weird. So I've been here, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard for years, even before this was announced. There were always rumors that George had been working on, here I'm calling him by his first name, like we're buddies. Lucas had been working on scripts for new movies. I've been hearing this for years, and of course the internet you will get a bunch of, this is the script, this is the script leak for the next episode 7, and it was always garbage. But finally came. I was at home with my wife and a few friends from work, doing something, because I can't remember the exact time frame. I think it was around October or something. I want to say we were carving pumpkins, something like that. And a friend of ours, Brian, which I know he listens to the show, he's getting cut off. So by the time he gets to this show, I'll give him the shout out. Brian Taylor, he was on his phone or something. He said, "Hey, did you hear that Disney bought Lucasfilm and they're gonna do more movies?" I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've been hearing that for years. When I'm sitting on the theaters, that's when I'll believe it then. I grabbed my phone, went on Facebook back then, and there it was, posted everywhere. More Star Wars, the official release from Disney saying that they had bought Lucasfilm, that Kathleen Kennedy was going to be heading it. We have a new trilogy coming starting in 2015 with episode 7 and all that stuff. And it blew my mind. It was first not disappointed, but I was caught off guard by the news because I didn't find out myself. Someone told me and I didn't believe it. And then I read it on Facebook. So it was a little bit underwhelming, I should say. But then it starts building, and that emotion, we're getting more Star Wars. So of course it was up here, just ready for it. And you start getting there, the building, that 2 years between the announcement to where the movie came out, that whole sphere, everyone's just so excited. Not the negativity that we sometimes see out there. You're right, like you're saying, Scary. You didn't get excited until the release of the Han Solo Chewie were home trailer, and we're going to be talking about the trailers in a minute. And yeah, that's when a lot of people just lost it. Dale, you're saying that I didn't realize it until I was in my kitchen after watching a video. I was so excited. We were getting more Star Wars, and the feeling hit me. There will be a problem, as I have foreseen it. Yeah, there's always a problem. But yeah, it took me a while to get excited, but then I was ready. So that build-up was amazing. When we start getting the promotional material, we see all the pictures on Vanity Fair, the names start coming, Kylo Ren, Rey, Finn, Captain Phasma. All those names sounded so weird back then. What is it, 5 years, 6 years now? and now they're just as iconic as Luke, Han, Chewie, all those names, Leia. You say Rey, it's easy, oh, you're talking about Star Wars, but back then it's just weird sphere that we didn't know. Yeah, it's Star Wars, but is it really? But that build-up was there. We started getting to learn more about these characters, and then we got to, I think it was Thanksgiving, that Thanksgiving teaser that we got. And it was the first time we see Finn. It's the first time we see John Boyega coming up from the sand with his stormtrooper outfit. I think he's taking it off at that point, walking through the deserts of, we don't know if this is Tatooine. We're assuming it's Tatooine, but we don't know. Turned out to be Jakku. We see the rolly ball droid, which turned out to be BB-8. We had, I think, the quad jumper blew up on that teaser trailer, and it ends with the Falcon being chased by the two TIE fighters, making that weird turn. It just, yes, Star Wars is back. And then the actual trailer came, I think it was in Celebration, when we had that big surprise at the end, like Scarif was saying, that Chewie were home, and that's when most people said, okay, here we are. We got Han, we got Chewie, we got the Falcon. Yes, it's Star Wars. I know a lot of people broke down when they saw that live. Also, with my first kind of hot take, that's fine. I didn't break down. It was cool to see them. I was more excited to see the new cast, but it was great. And it's still one of those scenes in the movie that you're just waiting for it to happen. Dale, you're saying, and that's right, Disney declared the Expanded Universe Legends, and it was on. People got mad. They were real confused. When I heard, oh, they're going to be doing a new trilogy, of course, even though I didn't read the EU books, I didn't really read the Extended Universe. I knew about the Thrawn trilogy and all that stuff. So my mind went, okay, that's what they're going to be doing. My brother, who had read it, hey, this is going to be it. We're going to see that trilogy from Timothy Zahn. And that's what everybody thought. And then now, EU Legend, it's Legends now. Expanded Universe, it's the stories that people tell. We're doing our new canon. Everything's going to be canon. So yeah, that's where people started. But there's so much here, but a lot of it sucks basically, but a lot of it is really great. So that pick and choose is really difficult. And they decided, you know what, we're just going to start from scratch. Yeah, it's that rolly ball, that really orange and white rolly ball going down that sands was awesome. Yeah, I know a lot of people cried when they saw Han and Chewie back. It's 15 years. I mean, how many for Chewbacca and Han Solo? Over 35 years, more or less, since last we saw them. So yeah, it's very emotional. And then, like I said, the actual trailer came in, was awesome. We got a bunch of posters. So let's talk about the main poster that I'll show you guys real quick. Here we go. That's the main poster for The Force Awakens. We see there Kylo Ren, Rey, BB-8, all the X-Wing, Captain Phasma, which was great. That design, I love that design when it came out. Maz Kanata, R2, 3PO, Chewie, Han, Leia. We can go on. So it's a very Star Wars poster that gives you all the information. And also then on the corner, we have a Starkiller Base. And that's another issue people started having. Oh, what's that? Is that another Death Star? It just looks like another Death Star. I was hoping it wasn't. That's one of the things that I was, it looks like a Death Star, but it's not going to be. And that's one thing that I say that I really preferred or wish that they did something different. That's a big planet killer or whatever. There wasn't another Death Star, but like Solo said, yeah, it's another Death Star. There's always a way to blow up those things. So they even make that joke in-house in the movie, like, yeah, it's another one, forget about it. We'll just find a way to destroy it. Yeah, whatever. I remember seeing this poster, and back then I listened and watched maybe one or two Star Wars YouTube channels and podcasts, and there was so much deliberation and talk about Daisy Ridley's staff, Rey's staff, and Kylo Ren's crossguard lightsaber just meeting at that point, or are they foreshadowing that she's going to turn to the dark side? Of course, we have Finn holding the lightsaber. Is he going to be the Jedi of the trilogy? We know all the commotion that has caused in the past few years, especially with John Boyega's interview, kind of being pushed back for the other movies. And that bait and switch again, we know JJ likes to do that. But this poster was a lot of information here, and a lot of speculation came out of it. I forgot to say that initial teaser in the trailer, when we see Kylo Ren walking down the ramp of his ship into the snow, Starkiller Base, turns on the lightsaber for the first time, and we see that crossguard. First, I lost this, a new design for a lightsaber. It was always the regular lightsabers. Then we saw Darth Maul with the double-sided saber, and now we have this crossguard, which looked awesome on screen. I know a lot of people started, and then how does it work? Why do you need a crossguard? It doesn't, whatever. It looks awesome. That's the main thing. Star Wars poster for the Force Awakens. I forgot my water today. Oh man, that's gonna hurt me later. Anyway, a lot of information, which is what most of the recent Star Wars posters kind of throw at you. But back then, it gave us everything that we thought we were going to get. All the new characters, a lot of the old characters that we love. No Luke. Where's Luke Skywalker? That was the big deal. Is he really going to show up or not? And you're right. It was never in the movie. That scene with Kylo walking down the ramp of his ship, turning on the crossguard saber wasn't in the movie, which I know. I should go hydrate, but the show, we must carry on. Well, you'll see me halfway through. Give me a second. I got to go find something. We'll be fine. We're going to be fine. All right. So that was it. That's the poster. That's the trailer. Let's go sit down. So I remember I took the day off from work. And that's something I started doing with The Force Awakens. When I knew when the movie was coming out, I asked for that day off from work. 7:45 in the morning or 8, I was driving my wife to work. We drove past the movie theaters. The line was already outside around the corner. And this is at 8:30 or something, 8 to 8:30 in the morning. The showing I was going was closer to 10. So I'm freaking out. The line is going to be off the hook when I get there. So I got there probably about an hour earlier, but I guess they had figured out how to do it. And it wasn't as bad. I already had my tickets, of course, bought my popcorn soda, went inside, was hoping no one spoiled it coming out. Everyone went out, went inside, trailer goes up. First we get it's weird at first because we don't have that fanfare. We didn't have that 20th Century Fox fanfare, so it started a little bit weird. And I said we did a show here on season 1 of Radio Rebellion talking about when did The Force Awakens feel like Star Wars to you? Because it took me a while sitting there for it to feel like Star Wars. We had just come out of, what is it? Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember seeing Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters the year before or something like that, and loving that movie, that space movie, space fantasy. I'm like, this is what I want to feel. Can Star Wars get to this? Because right now, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's a great experience, which I hope Star Wars can get to. So I was scared sitting down to watch The Force Awakens that it wasn't going to be able to even measure up to what we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy. But I sat down, no fanfare. We get the Lucasfilm logo, and then the crawl goes up. Again, the music, the Star Wars thing goes up. So then you start, it's Star Wars. The logo, the crawl goes up. Luke Skywalker is missing. A great intro. You don't know what's going on. That's the big MacGuffin of the movies. Luke Skywalker is missing. We gotta find them. So the crawl is great, and the movie is gonna start. So we're sitting down. We're ready to go. But before we keep going, let's say hi to our friend Andrew from Outer Rim Reads. He's here saying hello to everyone. Loving my hat. It's my Star Wars Yoda hat. I've had this for probably 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years. Every time there's a Christmas party at work or we have to do something, I always wear it. My ears are falling down. They used to be like this. They're tired. Don't worry, I got another prop for later. When we talk about The Last Jedi, taking this off, putting something else on, but it's fine. You're saying it's scary. If it is The Force Awakens is your favorite of the sequels, I won't say yet which my favorite is. As you guys know, I'm going to wait till the end and have my rankings ready. So we'll see. All right. So like I said, it took me a while to get into the mindset that I was watching a Star Wars movie. It starts with Poe and Lois Santeca. Again, characters that I don't know. It didn't feel like Star Wars. We do have the Star Destroyer covering the moon, transporter going down. We had those new First Order troopers, but it didn't feel like Star Wars yet. So it took me a while to get going. We have the one thing about this sequel trilogy, which I know a lot of people have their ups and downs and hang-ups about it. It has a lot of great quotes that we use not in real life, but are great Star Wars quotes. And it starts with one of the greatest that we've been using a lot of unfortunately because of the passing of Carrie Fisher, but it's Lord Santeca saying, to me, she's royalty. So that's like the way we all refer to not just to Leia, but to Carrie Fisher now. Every time she's mentioned, we always say, to me, she's royalty. So it's one of those great Star Wars quotes that will live on forever. We have the great introduction of Kylo Ren, which is very similar, in my opinion, to the way Darth Vader was introduced in A New Hope. We have the stormtroopers coming, the wreck shop, and then Darth Vader is there. We don't wait till the end of the movie or three quarters down the movie to find out who the big bad is. Darth Vader is front and center. He comes in, starts choking people if they don't tell him what their plans are. Yeah, Andrew, you're saying that the scene with the stormtrooper was awesome, very menacing. It was because they're not just standing there; they're kind of moving. It's a bumpy ride down, so again, it looks great. And now I love everything from the Force Awakens. I'll say now, Force Awakens is my favorite of the sequel trilogy by far. I love this movie. I live tweeted it when I saw it last week or the week before. I love almost everything about this movie. But it took me a while to get into that Star Wars feel with the first time that I saw it. So we have Kylo Ren come in. They take over that village on Jakku. Kylo Ren comes in, slices down Lord Santeca, shoot all the troopers, and then finds Poe. And we have that great scene. And it shows you who Poe is, and then they try to recreate that in The Last Jedi. And I don't think it worked as well, but that great scene when Kylo Ren kneels down to him, Poe is looking at him, who talks first? You talk first or I talk first? And they say, oh, it's very hard to understand you all of that apparatus. Great scene for Poe. It shows that Kylo Ren is a menacing guy, but Poe is still, I don't care. The Resistance is not afraid of you. We won't give you anything. So yeah, it's a great scene. It's amazing. It gets you that Poe character, that cocky character. That is he more Han Solo or Leia, as he's more towards the end of the trilogy? But it was great. Right, so we have Phasma introduced. So Phasma, even from before she started, there was always a discussion. Is she going to be a character that has some meat to her character and some good scenes, or is she just going to be another Boba Fett, right? Another cool-looking character. That's something that will never be said again. Is there just going to be another cool-looking character like Boba Fett? Because Boba Fett was cool always. Now he's awesome. You all know it. Well, anyway, so I love Boba Fett. He's my guy. You know, I always point to him when he's back there. He's keeping me safe. So then kill all the civilians, kill all the villagers, and then yeah, I know, Andrew, you were one of them. Eating your words about Boba now. I don't like throwing that. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that I'm taking a little shortcut now, a little side quest like Mando loves to do. I love how Boba Fett has resonated with everyone, even people that didn't like him for anything. Now they love him. So I'm not one, even though I had my fun when he came back about I've been telling you for years. I love that people just gravitated to this character, and it's all thanks to the production team over there. And it shows how much confidence they had in Boba Fett, because if that show, the Book of Boba Fett, is already on, it's already shooting. It's not pre-production or anything. It's already shooting. They've been shooting this for months now, and pre-production, they've been doing this for months now. So it shows you how confident they were that Boba Fett was gonna hit, that they greenlit this project even before he appeared back on season 2. So Boba Fett, can't wait to talk about you in 2021, December, 1 year. We're gonna have a whole show just dedicated to him. Where was I? All right, so Captain Phasma comes in, shoots all the villagers, and then we have the stormtrooper with blood on his face. He doesn't shoot. They see what's going on. Kylo Ren does that great force hold, a new force ability, holds that blast from Poe. They go in, knock him down, and then take him. They blew up his X-Wing. He doesn't know what to do. BB-8 is running around, and that's it. And then boom, cuts. And all that music, all that excitement, then it just ends. And then it's just this scavenger in the desert going inside Star Destroyers, climbing things, jumping on ropes, parkour, spelunking, or everything. We had that great, awesome theme, that Rey theme that is now as iconic as the Binary Sunsets, Imperial March. Is one of the greatest themes out there. Everyone has said it how John Williams didn't want anyone else writing for Rey because he loves that character so much. And just the introduction of her is great. And we're not gonna get into is she a Mary Sue and all that stuff. Again, we did one of our first shows during the pandemic. I think it was our 12th episode or something, was discussing her whole arc during the sequel trilogy. I'll put a link to that later so you guys can watch it. So I don't want to go through all that again. But this character goes through so much, and then we get her other things with on-card plots, half 1/4 portion, the magic bread, and then we have when she meets BB-8, which is a great scene. She meets BB-8, rescues him, and then that conversation, oh, where you came from? Oh, classified? Me too. Big secret. Again, it adds to the mystery of BB-8, the mystery of the mission, the mystery of Rey, who she is. Oh, thanks. Rim, you said, Andrew, you said you saw that video, that episode talking about her journey was one half of the dyad, I think is that episode is called. So thank you for checking that out. So there was something about that meeting between them, like you saying, Dale, something magical about that meeting between BB-8 and Rey, which I jokingly posted at some point late last month or something. Who did BB-8 really belong to at the end of the sequel trilogy? Is it Poe? Is it Rey? Finn? Because BB-8 is not like Luke. Luke, most 95% of the time since he made Luke Skywalker, has been with Luke. BB-8 has been all over the place. If you watch Resistance, he was with Cass, Shinaldo, he was with Poe, he's been with Finn, he was with Rey for most of the Force Awakens. So, and at the end of the sequel trilogy, so who does BB-8 really belong to, right? Droids in Star Wars belong to someone, which is kind of weird, but that's another story. We'll do that some other. That meeting is great. They go to on-card plot. How much for the droid? I'll give you 60 potions. The droid's not for sale, which again shows you the character of Rey. She's dying basically in this planet. She has nothing on her own. She's living on a Star Destroyer, marking down the days since she was left there when she was 5, getting half a portion. The last week it was 2/4 or whatever, and then here you go. You can have 60 portions for that droid, and she just hoards that. She's just jumping all over it, and then since BB-8 remembers the meeting they had that connection that we're similar, we're just stranded here, our master will come for us, or my parents decide, no, that droid's not for sale, and we have all that part. All right, so then it cuts and it goes to what is now one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And it's the escape from the Star Destroyer. Finn, FN2187 at that point, and Poe. That's one of my favorite scenes in the sequel in The Force Awakens. Brings a smile to my face as they're trying to escape. Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, because it's the right thing to do. You need a pilot. I need a pilot. We're gonna do this. They get on the TIE Destroyer. Can you fly this thing? I can fly anything. Again, that cockiness of Poe is so awesome. Okay, I got it. They go, wow, this thing really move. And then just cutting through it, just yelling and screaming every time they destroy one of those ventral cannons. Oh, what's your name? FN21. What? That's the only name they gave me. FN Finn. I'm gonna call you Finn. Yeah, I like that. What's your name? Poe. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too, Finn. And then they get the camaraderie, that friendship right there. FN2187. The first time someone has even had a partial interest on who he's been. He's been FN2187 for 20 years or whatever. Always call a designation. Who told you to take that helmet off, FN? Come, bring your blaster for inspection, and you have to go to reconditioning. And here's this guy from the Resistance, your enemy that you met 2 minutes ago, already giving you a name because he knows that it's the right thing to do. So that's great, just a great meaning in Star Wars. So they have that great scene. The music is awesome. Oh, I gotta go back to Jakku because my Jakku. Why does everyone want to go back to Jakku? It's one of a kind. I don't care what color your droid is, and they get blown up because they're arguing. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, Andrew, it's a good question. He was kind of everyone's wing droid. Again, he's BB-8. He's just one of a kind that goes with everyone. It's one of those. I think him and L3 might get along because they don't follow directions. They do whatever they want. Anyway, so they crash. That great scene then in the desert. Finn wakes up. He's by himself. Then he just walk in the desert, which is very similar. And I'll say this now. I don't care if this is a shot-by-shot remake of A New Hope. I know a lot of people complain that it's just the same as A New Hope. They're just rehashing. It's nothing new. I don't care. This movie is fun from beginning to end. It has a lot of connective tissues to A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And it's like I've said, and a lot of other people have said it. If it's something that you like, people say, "Oh, that's a great callback." They know what they're doing. If it's something you don't like, or from a director, writer, whatever that you don't like, oh, they're just rehashing the past. It's dude, enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. And yeah, Dale, you could recite the whole movie too. I was reciting it. My daughter was like, "Can you stop? Can you stop?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll stop." 5 minutes later, I'm reciting it again, just because I love that movie so much. You too, Andrew. So you can recite. I can't believe you recited. I'm also impressed. I mean, it's. I'm sure you can do it too. Maybe with the Throne books, you can recite the Throne books. So then we have the introduction between Rey and Finn. Whatever happens there, she knocks him down. BB-8 saps him because he's wearing Poe Dameron's jacket and says, "Oh, you're a thief." No, no, it belongs to your master. He died. Or, "Oh, you're tagged. Now we're getting chased by stormtroopers." I love, and it shows you from the beginning that Rey is this character that doesn't need help from anyone, right? She's not a damsel in distress or anything. Finn is holding her hand and she's like, I can run without you holding my hand. When they blow up and then go spinning to the sand, she wakes up, goes to Finn. Finn wakes up. "Are you okay?" "Yeah." Like, "I'm rescuing you." "Stop holding my hand." I love that. The delivery from Daisy Ridley is great. And then there's just that whole scene is awesome. Then they're running, and here we go. So they're running from the bandits first. They're running from the stormtroopers. They're running from the TIE fighters. They're going down the sand. We need a ship. We need a pilot. Don't we got one? Who, you? And then let's. Oh, what about that one? That one's garbage. It's the quad jumper. Quad jumper blows up. The garbage will do. They turn the corner. Millennium Falcon. That was it. That's when I knew I was in Star Wars. Seeing the Millennium Falcon, hearing the Millennium Falcon theme for the first time, because as soon as Finn said, "What about the garbage?" "Oh no, what about that one?" And Rey says, "That one's garbage," I knew that's the Falcon. From the trailers, we knew that the quad jumper blew up, so I knew they were gonna take that corner. So when they said that and they turn and they show the Millennium Falcon that you're serving Scuttlebutt podcast, that music is beautiful. The garbage will do. And that's when I knew it. And if I drew a tear at that point, maybe. So they get in the Falcon. Oh, it hasn't flown for years. Yeah, that Falcon is another character too. We know. Always scared. Was it gonna be blown up? Was it gonna go the route of the Razor Crest? But it didn't. I'm glad it didn't. Um, so they get in. She said, "I've flown, but I never left the planet before." That's later. But that whole scene, that's, again, I just said that the escape from the Star Destroyer is one of my favorite scenes. This one is probably my second favorite scene of the whole movie, apart from the end lightsaber fight. So they're trying to escape Jakku in the Millennium Falcon. It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's when I really felt like I was in Star Wars. I finally relaxed, sat back on my chair, and said, "Okay, we're in good hands. This is Star Wars. It's new characters, but still feels like Star Wars." They're just going through the graveyard, that Star Destroyer graveyard. "I can do this. I can do this." And then finish on the gun turret, saying the same thing, flipping. "Oh, we're gonna get some cover, I hope." Go through the Star Destroyer. The gun gets jammed, and that shot of it's just facing back downwards. aiming up, destroy it, and then when they're flying out, it hits the railing, so it fixes back into position. Then they fly out. Great scene, great Star Wars scene, great Millennium Falcon scene. And then again, that's when Finn and Rey start building their relationship. They ask each other their name. Who are you? I'm from the Resistance. I get this droid. You got a map to Luke Skywalker, and all that stuff. Whew. Awesome Star Wars. It's a great scene. It's an awesome scene. Then we have that rivalry between Hux and Kylo Ren that goes a little bit downhill through the sequel trilogy. But it's that rivalry is great there. Hux just wants power. He's the bureaucrat, right? He only wants to lead the First Order, and Kylo Ren, it's dark side. I need to get more power in that sense. I guess the scavenger girl and all that rivalry of where power should lie was awesome because it's not exactly we're a little bit between Vader and Tarkin, right? You have those 2 points: the bureaucrat, Governor Mav, and Hux against the dark side as Vader and Kylo. All right, so Dale, you're saying that I think they could have done solo Star Wars movie first, and it would have went over much more smoothly. Maybe you introduce the Solo again as a younger person. You introduce Chewie, you introduce the Falcon. It gets people hyped up for them again. So it would have been great. Again, Solo. You know me. I love Solo. Can't wait for Solo 2 make that happen. I'm happy that they're doing Lando, but I really hope that they get Alden and Jonas back so they can reprise those characters because it was great. Scar, if you're adding, I know some people didn't like the flying sequence, but it was awesome. I even like the snap zoom they did when the Falcon flew into the tube thing. Again, it's different. It's just a different way of shooting Star Wars. It didn't focus when you thought it was gonna. The focus was on the Falcon, not on the thing that was in front, going through those tubes and through the Star Destroyer. It just again, that's when I felt it. That's when I felt like it was Star Wars, and I was in. And I again, one of my favorite parts in the movie happens early on, probably 30 to 40 minutes in, and I love that scene. Kylo. So let's talk a little bit about Kylo Ren. So I love, and a lot of people didn't like it at the beginning. It's that emo side, right? That teenager, that tantrum. I love when he just goes berserk. Oh, we lost the droid. They escape on the Millennium Falcon on a freighter. I think they say in a YT-13 freighter. So he knows. He's already pissed. He just starts yakking at that controller terminal with his lightsaber. When he learns that, oh, and the girl hate, or the girl, except what girl, and he chokes the guy. Then the stormtroopers walk out in a later scene when Rey escapes. I just love it because it's just rage, and that's what you want from your bad guy. Sometimes we want our villains to be mysterious or to be right from their own point of view. I just love that Kylo at that point. He's just full on rage. He doesn't care if you're getting my way of my mission, just hacking everything. So I love that scene from Kylo just getting so enraged and just hacking at that computer terminal. So of course it's the Falcon, so there's gonna be issues with it. It starts messing around because Uncard Plot install a compressor on the hyperdrive, and she bypasses the compressor later. But then she gets swallowed up. Or before that, and then she's trying to fix it, and have again that great scene. Finn and BB-8, droid, please help me. I'm not resistance. Trying to give me the Hydra spanner, whatever it is she's asking for. No, not that one, not that one. The one I'm pointing to. I said, droid, please. Gives it to her. Oh, we gotta get to the Ilenium system. That's when BB-8 won everyone's heart when that little flame, little thumbs up with the fire. It's awesome. Again, great Star Wars, great comedy, tension breaker, and yeah, Dale, you're saying I need a what? You know what? I'll put something here for you guys. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll put this up. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Don't worry. I'll cut this out from the audio podcast because you're right. I do need a water break. It's a live show. It's a Christmas special. I'll be back. Maybe. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I am back. Sorry for that, guys. Like they all said, I needed a water break. Here we go. I got my water. Talking about Kylo Ren, First Order. So there we go. All right. So like I said, we had that. Yeah, we can have me fainting. Quick intermission. That's what we all need. If they do it in Hamilton, we can take a quick intermission here. And yeah, Dale, you're saying that BB-8 was flipping him off. Probably, especially when he left on Takodana, he's flipping him off. All right. Speaking of live TV, I'm working. Gonna go make TV. I know it's hard. Sure, the people on the audio podcast won't like that, but we'll edit it out for them before it comes out. All right. So after that, we have what a lot of people were waiting for, especially after seeing the trailer. Is the so everything gets red. They get eaten by this transporter, or it wasn't a transporter, by this hauler. And oh, it's the first order. Everything is red. The first order find us. Doors to the Falcon open up. No, Chewie, we're home. Han, Chewie, the music is there, and that's when everyone goes nuts. Again, another great Star Wars moment. Makes you feel like you're in Star Wars, and you see what the places that the Falcon can smuggle people. And Solo had said it. I've never smuggled people here before. We saw it in A New Hope, and then we see it later. So we say thanks to Ro from Scuttlebutt Podcast for coming in. He gotta work. He's gotta work. He's got stuff to shoot, stuff to do. So thanks for taking a few minutes with us, Ro. I know we've talked about it before. We'll do an all Spanish episode at one point, but thanks for being here. So we have the introduction of Han and Chewie. They meet Rey, they meet BB-8 and Finn. Han Solo knows this guy is full of BS. It's not really something's wrong here. And then you're Han Solo, the smuggler. Oh, the general? No, the smuggler. It's just a ship that made the Kelso run in 14 parsecs. 14, 12. Which again shows that nobody cares about the Kelso run, just Han Solo, right? In the Solo movie, when he tells the people on Savareen, hey, we just made the Kelso run in 12 parsecs. He's like, I don't care. And Chewie's like, not if you run down. Obi-Wan didn't know what the Millennium Falcon was. Rey said no one cares about these 12 parsecs, just him, which again goes to his character of always trying to one-up everyone. And we had the Rathor scene. A lot of people didn't like that. The Rathor is fine. Again, great, weird creatures in Star Wars, which I'm fine with the Rathors. Then we have Starkiller Bases introduced, which I say was kind of, here we go, another Death Star. Was Starkiller Bases there. Then we get the big Snoke hologram, right? There were rumors that, Snoke, they designed this 14 feet tall Snoke. Luke Skywalker is going to be fighting against this giant 20 feet tall or whatever, which, that's BS. That's never going to happen. But then we have this giant hologram that I didn't know it was a hologram at first. You're like, all right, they're going for it. It's a 40-foot tall evil being with a scar. But no, it's just a hologram. And then Hux leaves, get the machine ready, start prepping the weapon. And then we get, there's been an awakening. Have you felt it? Oh, yes, Master. The droid we seek is aboard the Millennium Falcon, which is in the hands of your father, Han Solo. And I think that's the reveal when Kylo Ren, it's Han Solo's son, which I don't know if that was spoiled before. I don't think so. So, all right, here we go. Now we have that familial connection, Star Wars. So it's family problem, especially if you're a Skywalker. And this counts, of course, he's half Skywalker. So we got that going. And they're going to Takodana. We're going to take you to this place. I think someone can help you get the droid to the Resistance. I'm done fighting. I'm not going back. And then we get Takodana and Rey just seeing so much green for the first time, like she says. And then, are you offering me a job? Again, that's why she feels so attached to Han Solo. We just went from freaking guy on Takodana offering her half a portion for all her work, and now someone that she just met, hey, I'll give you work, you take care of the Falcon, Chewie likes you, So come work with us. And I gotta go back. I gotta go back to Jakku. My parents are coming. He's okay, if you say so. Mascanada. We see Mascanada's castle. We see all the creatures. So this is the sequel version of the Cantina, right? Or A New Hope. We have that great scene. What is it? I forgot the name of the theme, but we go to Mascanada Castle. We have all those great creatures there, all the droids, um, and Mass. Oh, Han Solo adjusting her goggles. Lupita Nyong'o does a great job in motion capture. Where's my boyfriend? When asking for Chewie, and then it gives you Han Solo. I mean, it shows you there Kylo Ren in his shrine to Darth Vader. Oh, I feel it again. The pull to the light. Supreme Leader sends it. Show me again. I wrote it. Show me, grandfather, and I will finish what you started. Oh, show me again the power of the darkness. Well, the Imperial March theme is going on, and it shows you the melted Darth Vader helmet from Return of the Jedi. Grandfather, again, we get confirmation that they're related, and it gets those stakes going up again. Then going back to Canada's castle, Finn, I'm not resistance. I just gotta get away from the First Order. There's no way that we can hide. I'm just going with the Crimson Corsair and just getting the hell out of here. And Mass, of course, I see the same eyes and all that stuff. But that's not about. Let's go talk about the lightsaber, right? Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, which is somewhere. It's back there. Let me see if I can. It's too far. Don't worry about it. So we have that great flashback. Rey is presented with the lightsaber. She grabs it, gets that great flashback. Knights of Ren, what's that gonna be? Hoth, not Hoth, Cloud City. That battle between Vader and Luke, and then it ends with these are your first steps, Rey. These are your first steps coming from Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then it ends when we get to Rise of Skywalker with him. These are your final steps. So again, why wasn't Kenobi her father, grandfather, whatever? It was set up there. It was still set up at the end of Rise of Skywalker, but whatever. But I don't want anything to do with this. I'm not taking it. But then it's Mass tells her, close your eyes, feel it. The light has always been there. It will guide you. The saber, it calls to you. And she's like, nah, I got nothing to do with this. Whatever. Hux does that great speech on Starkiller Bases, hamming it up. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's, today we'll show the Republic that is the last day. And then 5 planets just get destroyed. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. The Republic is done. The Resistance fleet is over. There's nothing left. You go to Takodana, get Rey, freezes her, and all that scene is going on. What I really love about this scene is when this is not it, but it's the closest one I can get. Just going over the water. If you don't get hyped up seeing X-Wings flying over the water with all that jet spray going, that great Resistance theme music blaring, they come in, blow everything up. Poe Dameron shoots down 10 TIE fighters, kills a couple of stormtroopers on the ground when he's saving Finn. Oh, that's one hell of a pilot. And then Leia, that's when we get it. Leia arrives. Leia's theme hits in. Han Solo comes in. I saw him. He was here. I saw our son. I couldn't save him. It's emotional, but it's one of those scenes. Again, we haven't seen Leia in so long. She looks a little bit different, speaks a little bit different. It took me out off of the away from the movie a little bit, but it's fine. But now our heroes are divided. Rey is off with Kylo Ren. She's been taken. And then Han Solo doesn't know what he's going to do. He's with Finn. Yeah, I know they took her. We're going with the Resistance. We got to find a way to destroy this ship. And then we have a great conversation between Han and Leia when she's trying to get him back. Oh, you need to save our son. If you see him, bring him back. Oh, if Luke couldn't reach him, how can I? Luke is a Jedi. You're his father. Again, that's a great a great moment. Again, it goes now a little bit. We just saw it with the Mandalorian, right? Luke took Grogu to train him as a Jedi. What if there's still something there? Because you're not a Jedi. He's a Jedi, not your father. You're not his father. Grogu still sees Din as his father. Luke is there just to train him as a Jedi, or whatever. That's different. But it's a great sentiment because we know Anakin was sent with the Jedi by his mom to train and all that, and we know what happened with Anakin, and it starts with having lost his mom and all that. Maybe his parents were around; they couldn't help with that pull to the dark side. But seeing Han, which is, I don't want to say an absentee father, he did what he could. He fell back on what he was good at. If you read the solo book by Daniel Jose Older, which is back there somewhere, that last shot, he's still there. It goes between different time points of his life, and it gives you a little bit more. Same with the Bloodline books, it gives you a little bit more insight into it. But it's one of those questions. Yeah, whatever. He's a Jedi. You're his father. You're the one that needs to try to bring him up. So yeah, Dale, you're saying it was a great impact. You're his father. Always the woman with the reminders they need to. Yeah. So, all right. So a few weeks ago on Halloween, we did our scary scenes in Star Wars, and we talked about being abducted and being interrogated as being that scary scene, scary action because you have no control over it. And here we have Kylo Ren just abducted Rey, has her in this torture chair, invading her mind. What can be more scary than that? Having your mind invaded and taken control of. But unfortunately for Kylo, it takes a little sideways because Rey is strong in the Force. He awoke something in her. She's able to look into him. He's saying, yeah, I see it. I see the island. He's seeing Acto. He doesn't know it, but he's seeing where Luke Skywalker is. And he's like, no, no, no. I've seen into you, and you're afraid you'll never be as strong as Darth Vader. He flips out. What the? This girl is strong in the dark. She's strong in the Force, but she doesn't know it yet. Whatever. She escapes. Oh, does a little mind trick and drop your weapons. And then we have Solo and Finn and Chewie. They go, okay, we gotta go rescue Rey. We gotta go through light speed, through this reflector shield, go in, and we gotta go rescue Rey. As soon as they land, Kylo senses it. He senses that Solo is there. He's like, oh, Han Solo. So let's get to it. It's almost an hour. I said at 45 minutes we're gonna do the giveaway. So let's finish talking about the Force Awakens. It's just so good. There's so much to talk about. So the big scene. So they're on Starkiller Base. Kylo Ren knows that Solo is there, so he goes through this rickety pathway, bridge, or whatever. And then, yeah, the difference between interrogating Poe and Rey were light and day. Poe was easy. I mean, easy. He resisted a little bit, but not that much. He got the information he wanted from Rey. He could, and he's the one that got invaded into his mind. So then we have Han Solo confronts Ben Solo. Ben calls him. He turns around. Take that helmet off. Oh, what do you think you'll see if I take it off? Oh, I'll see my son. Oh, your son is dead. No, it's not. I'll see the face of my son. It's like, it's too late for me. I'm being torn apart. I know what I have to do. I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Will you help me? Yes. Oh, give me that lightsaber. I was debating, is he gonna do it? Is he not gonna do it? Can he hold on? No, we knew what's gonna happen. There's no railing, so we know what's gonna happen. Turns on the lightsaber, kills Han Solo. He falls down. Everyone's screaming, Rey screaming, Chewie's going nuts, shoots him with the bowcaster, which we had been shown throughout the movie how powerful it was. It hits him on the side, knocks him down a little bit. Anyway, the end of Han Solo. And that's when a lot of people were saying, okay, Kylo Ren is not redeemable. He killed his father. You can't come back from that. Is it because he killed Han Solo, which is this beloved character? And then also, it was telegraphed. He's walking down that gangway with no railings. We know he was going to die, which, yeah, you kind of expected it, but it's still the effect that it has on the character. Like Snoke says on The Last Jedi, oh, the axe split you to the core. The axe split you. basically saying, yeah, you killed him, but you're still divided, you're even more conflicted now than you were before. But also shows you that Kylo Ren, Ben Solo are still, that conflict is always there. They're not like Luke and Vader that people say, oh, those two different characters. Kylo and Ben are still the same person, because there's that conflict is always there. So we go to the end. The snow battle. It's my third favorite lightsaber battle in all of Star Wars. It starts with Battle of the Heroes in Revenge of the Sith, then Empire Strikes Back between Luke and Vader, and then it's the Battle of the Snow, and it all starts with Kylo and Finn. Traitor, and that lightsaber, it belongs to me. He's playing with Finn, punching him. Then Finn gets lucky, just as Luke was lucky in Empire Strikes Back before Vader says, okay, we're done with this. He gets lucky, hits him in the shoulder, and Kylo Ren is like, okay, we're done. Slashes the saber out, slash through the back. You're dead, dude. You're only gonna be saved by a leaky bag in a few hours. He goes flying, and then he goes straight. All right, give me that lightsaber. Start shaking. We're all waiting. Here he comes. Here's Luke Skywalker is coming. He's gonna grab that saber. Lightsaber goes flying. You're waiting for it to be Luke Skywalker at the other end, but no, it's Rey. She's scared out of her mind. If you see that when she holds that saber, she's terrified. Jedi theme starts playing. I start welling up. I start crying. It's one of those things that will always get me in Star Wars. It's Rey holding that lightsaber for the first time with the Jedi theme going, and then her turning it on, getting to that pose, still scared, but saying, I have to do this. And I just love that. They have a great lightsaber battle. I love everything about it. The color palette, all the snow, the red and blue showing the purple on their face when the lightsabers meet. And then when, oh, you need a teacher. I can show you the ways of the Force. And then she realizes, oh, the Force was what Mascanada told me. Close my eyes, relax, and feel it. The light has always been there. It calls to you. She closes her eyes, lets the Force take over, and then that's it. It's done. She overpowers. They're still pretty similar, but she overpowers him, defeats him, and that's it. Slash him through the face. I was scared that they were gonna kill Kylo Ren when she hits him across the face. I thought, oh, don't kill him like you did Darth Maul. So I'm glad that they didn't. And then of course the movie ends. She goes, so okay, we found where he is. We got the piece of the map. Let's go find Luke Skywalker. So they fly that she gets to Acto. We have the Jedi steps, like it's called, that theme. You got Rey's themes going with the Jedi music, just going up these endless steps. And then there he is, Luke Skywalker in this valley, turns around, removes his hood. He's there. Oh, Luke, just waiting his Jedi robes. And then is he gonna say something? She extends the lightsaber to him. Here you go, take it. Movie ends. Great ending. Force Awakens, one of my favorite Star Wars movies. And when I do my ranking of all the movies, we'll see where it lands, but it's gonna be pretty high up. So Force Awakens was a great way to start the sequel trilogy, great way to bring Star Wars back, and I can watch this movie probably every day. It's one of my comfort Star Wars movie right there with the solo Star Wars movie. Whew. Oh my, that was a lot. So much I even forgot to put this down. Yeah, we're talking about the sequel trilogy. So let me take a drink. And yes, it is time. So if you guys have been following me on Twitter, we've been talking for about a month now, I would say, that we're going to be doing a giveaway on our final show, our last show of Season 2 of Radio Rebellion, which is also our last show of 2020. So I posted on Twitter, I posted this little Grogu keychain. Back then, he was still called Baby Yoda. Before he was called the child. And I said, go over to this tweet. You can either like it, and you can have one entry. You can retweet that tweet, and you get 2 entries. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you get 3 entries. If you were already subscribed to the YouTube channel, you only had to like it or retweet it to get those 3 entries. Whew. So here we are. We had, let me see, 34 participants for a total of 82 entries. So we have everything here. I think we've waited long enough. So if you're watching this live right now, good luck to you guys. If you're watching this later on the replay, I'll probably post it already who won. If you're listening to this on the audio podcast, then that's fine. You can still find out over there. Maybe just hold on and wait till Monday. But if also you've been following me, you know I love my Boba Fett prototype helmet. And don't worry, I'm not giving this away. This is not part of the giveaway. But this is where we're going to make the selection. So it's empty, as you can see. There's nothing there. And we have all of the names here. So all of the names are going in. 84, 82. So here we go. Good luck to all of you guys. Dale, you're avoiding Twitter, but that's fine. All you need to be here. So here we go. So I got the name. Who's going to be the winner of the Grogu giveaway? I have it here. I haven't looked. Let me put down my helmet. Don't fall down, helmet. All right. So the winner of the Grogu keychain is, our friends, Jam Transmission. Let me see if I can get it. Jam Transmission. So reach out to you guys later today as you are the winner of the Grogu keychain. Congratulations to Peter and Eden, I believe, and Rick Villanueva. All of them are from Jam Transmissions. We'll have to divide it into 3, but congrats. I'll get it to you guys later. All right, that was fun. I'm going to do a little bit more of those. Maybe. We'll see. We'll figure something else out. All right, so let's keep talking about the sequel trilogy as we move on now to The Last Jedi. So here we go. So we waited 2 years between Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Those were 2 years of endless speculations of what, Ryzer said, Peter and Rick, Jam Transmission. We'll see. I'll send them some stickers also, but there's only one keychain, so we'll see how they divide it. They can just pass it along, just like we did when we were kids. Today you have it, then you have it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday is the other one, and every other Sunday they change. All right, so those 2 years between Force Awakens and Last Jedi were just speculations. Who are Rey's parents? What is Luke going to do? Who is Snoke? Where did Snoke come from? We need to find more questions, and it has to be whatever I say, because if it is not my speculation 100%, then everything sucks. And I was also, she's going to be a Skywalker. It's just too easy. They're going to make her Luke Skywalker's daughter. And then, no, she's going to be Obi-Wan's kid. That's what a lot of people were saying. She's going to be Obi-Wan's kid. It made a lot of sense. He had this relationship with Satine that we saw in the Clone Wars. Age-wise, it feels right. It still connects the saga, connects the series. So let's make her Kenobi. Who's Snoke? Is he Darth Plagueis? He has something to do with Palpatine, because when we saw Snoke in that hologram, it was playing the same music from the opera scene. So all these things out there, who's going to be whatever? We'll see. So for The Last Jedi, same thing. I asked for the day off, went to the movies to see that Friday when it premiered. But I think The Last Jedi had the best promotional material of the 3 movies. All the posters were great. All the character posters were awesome. The main poster, so I'll just show up real quick. Again, Luke Skywalker is front and center. We have Kylo Ren again. We have Rey. We have more of Leia that we heard she was going to be prominent on this one. And then the ice planet of Crate, which we didn't know at that point. It was just an ice planet. Is this hot? Is it something different? But just that white and red, that contradiction that was just so great visually, and it just ran through all of the promotional material. So the posters were all awesome. The trailer was great. What I remember most about the trailer was that line from Luke Skywalker saying, "It is time for the Jedi to die," which as he was saying it that first time, I was 100% sure he was saying it's time for the Jedi to return. Yes, here we go. It's time for the Jedi to die or to end. It's time for the Jedi to end, I think is what he says. I freaking lost it. What? Luke Skywalker is saying it's time for the Jedi to end? I don't know what's going on. The music in that trailer was a dun, dun, din, dun, din, dun. The promotional material for the Last Jedi was top notch, was great. Um, it's great acting all around. Everyone did their best. Luke Skywalker, Mike Hamill did awesome. Carrie Fisher did great. Poe, everyone did a great acting job. The music was great also. But then before the movie came out, Carrie Fisher passes away, right? And then the movie was already done, but how are they going to work this into the story? Is she going to be killed off in the Last Jedi, and we then for the episode 9 it's going to be totally different? We didn't know what was going to happen, but here we are. Movie premiere, Carrie Fisher unfortunately had passed away, but we're gonna see her again in The Last Jedi as Leia, and that was gonna feel all those emotions were gonna be there. All right, sorry. All right, my nose is a little bit stuffy today. All right, so if we're going to talk about The Last Jedi, which starts with the best pilot in the galaxy or the best pilot in the Resistance, I think we need to wear something else. So give me a second. Doing a little bit of a wardrobe change here. Don't mind my hair because it's all messed up now. Here we go. We're gonna be talking Poe Dameron, so we gotta wear this. Here we are. Making sure my earbuds don't fall off, which we're gonna anyway. Doesn't matter. Here we are. There we go. Poe Dameron. Calling General Hux. Is Hux here? All right, let me pull this up a little. All right, there we go. You like that? I gotta take more pictures with this helmet. All right, here we go. The Last Jedi. So very similar, I would say, to Empire Strikes Back. The way it starts. It started with an attack on the rebel base, and our heroes trying to go their separate ways. One of our heroes is off training with a Jedi, while the rest of them are trying to run away from the Empire, now from the First Order. So it has a similar vibe to Empire Strikes Back. Um, Last Jedi, good or bad, you decide, starts right at the end of Force Awakens. Every other Star Wars movie, there's always a time gap. Here, now it starts right away. The way it starts felt different for me. The way it was shot, coming from, we always see a planet or something. Here, the camera is zooming in. It goes past the cruisers into the planet. It was weird looking at first, but in a good way. Then we have Poe Dameron. Okay, just calling for General Hux. General Hux, get a message from Leia. It's about his mother. And then that's when you decide, is this the same Poe Dameron that we saw in Force Awakens, being jokey? Does it feel different? It felt a little different for me. I don't like that joke of, oh, it's Hux. Um, it's fine. It's fine. It works with the character. It's just a different tone for the movie. I'm sorry, I lost my ear, but no, I can't listen to you guys. I mean, to myself. All right, here we go. And then Hux. So we were introduced to General Hux in The Force Awakens as this new Imperial type guy that you need to be wary of. He might be his trouble. Here he's more of a joke, basically, even from the beginning. That way, oh yeah, I'll take in my quarters when Snoke is calling you. I don't know. They changed the character of Hux. He's not a main character in the movies anyway, so it's not that impactful. But it just felt like a different person. Then we have Poe on his great piloting skill, attacking the dreadnought, destroying everything. The great bomber run, and we get basically our only space battle in the whole sequel trilogy, which I think was a mistake. Space battles, it's a staple in Star Wars. We didn't get that in Force Awakens, and we basically didn't get it either in Rise of Skywalker. So this bombing run, which at the same time didn't really feel too much as a space battle, is the only real space battle that we get. We have Poe, of course. Okay, we destroyed the. Sorry, before we get there, so we have no, right? So, okay, everyone escaped the planet. We're ready to go. And Poe said, no, we got to destroy the dreadnought. It's our only chance of taking out this planet killer. We have to take it. No, no, no. Follow orders. Come back. You need to come back. And he doesn't. He shuts it off and goes do what he wants to do. So what I don't understand is why didn't Leia then just call the other pilots and say, hey, I don't care if Poe is breaking the rules. You do as I say. Get back to the shuttle because we're leaving. And then Poe will have come back. She doesn't call back all the other pilots. She just lets them go. And then unfortunately, everyone dies, or most of them blow up when the dreadnought blows up. The bombers start blowing up. And all right, so it's the first time I thought about this, and it's just something stupid just to say something. So we have all this technology in Star Wars. Everything is computerized and all that. We have binary beacons that can guide your way home. But the release mechanism for the bombs in the bombers, when we have Paige Tico, which is a great character, unfortunately didn't make it. Why is the only way to to activate the bomb release sequences with a handheld device? I'm sure it could have been just push a button here, not risk your life going up this jangly staircase or railings to get the thing just hanging there. So make it a button. You have a big console, press that button, release, and then all the bombs drop down. But no, you gotta find the thingy. All right, guys, just get that out of the way. Whatever happens, they go back to the shuttle. Poe meets with Leia. They have that great discussion. Again, like I said, talking about The Force Awakens, Sequel Trilogy has a lot of great quotes. I think The Last Jedi has most of them. And it's, oh, there were a lot of heroes in that battle. And she's like, yeah, dead heroes, no leaders. And then that just hits Poe in a different way because she's been trying to get your head out of the cockpit and think for a second. It's, yeah, you destroyed a dreadnought. Half our fleet died. And what for? What's more important? Like Rose say later, we'll win this by saving what we love, not killing what we hate. It starts from that point on. Anyway, so that's a lesson that he's gonna learn later. And then we have Finn, naked, leaking bag, which again, his first thoughts are about Rey. So we have two characters in Finn and Rey that between the two of them, they see each other in both of them. They've been neglected. They've only felt comfortable between the two of them. So his first thought is about Rey, trying to keep her safe. And then they start hatching their plan. So it cuts. We go to Acto, and we see porks. Everyone loves their porks. I like porks too. I wish Chewie would have eaten a pork, but that's fine. Yeah, he's a pasty guy, like you're saying. Dale, Hugs, kind of pasty. I did like that part. So we'll get to all of Rey's and Luke training in a minute. Again, let's just talk about it now. Hands the saber. Here you go. We've all been waiting for this moment. What is Luke going to do? What he's going to feel when he grabs that lightsaber? He grabs it, looks at it, chucks it over the shoulder, and has nothing to do with it. All right, so that's one of the big controversies about the sequel trilogy, or I should say about The Last Jedi. It's Luke Skywalker, how he handled the saber, and people saying, oh, what is Rian Johnson disrespecting the whole history of Star Wars and all that stuff. Which I understand why he did it. He didn't want anything to do with the saber, with the Jedi, with the Sith, and all that. And again, it's the execution. He could have dropped it. He could have handed it back to Rey. The way it goes over the shoulder, it's just weird. Something we hadn't seen in Star Wars. Talking about The Last Jedi, I know a lot of people say, oh, people didn't like it because it subverted all the expectations for Star Wars. We thought we were going right when we went left. You thought we were getting the big hero, Luke Skywalker. You got that damaged hero here. I don't understand all that, but is that what Star Wars feels like, what Star Wars should be? And then it's up to all of us to decide what it feels like, what Star Wars means to all of us. So I have my issues with The Last Jedi. A lot of people have this as their favorite Star Wars movie. A lot of people have it as their least favorite. I'm somewhere in between. We'll talk a little bit more about it at the end of this. But one thing that I don't understand, and it's when we're talking about who to blame. No, there's no one to blame really. But when people say, "Oh, Ryan Johnson just had Luke Skywalker on the island with nothing to do," and then no, actually blame J.J. Abrams because he's the one that ended the movie with Luke on Acto out there. And that's 100% true. That was JJ that put Luke on Acto and separated him from the whole action. What I always go back to, which I don't understand, if it's been said before, then just let me know. It's I understand that that JJ put Luke in Acto, and unfortunately, it's now up to Ryan Johnson to decide what to do with him. But Luke is in Acto in his full Jedi robes, right? He's full on dressed up as a Jedi. In the last Jedi, we learned that he had cut himself off from the Force. He had nothing to do with it, didn't want to train anyone. And then from that point on, he's just wearing that fisherman garb that he has on. The only other time he wears the Jedi robes, which I call the ceremonial Jedi robes, is when he goes to blow up the Force tree with all the Jedi text inside. He gets dressed as a Jedi as a ceremony because he's gonna blow that tree up and all the books inside. So my question is, if he's in Acto hiding away, nothing to do with the Force, why he's still dressed up, his Jedi robes when Rey gets there and not his daily routine outfit? So that's the point that I don't get. And then that falls on JJ if we didn't tell Ryan, hey, I'm leaving Luke on this island because of this reason. If he just left him there and let Ryan decide what to do with Luke, then that's on him and whatever happened, happened. But I think JJ's had a different idea for Luke at that point. But if you don't talk to the next director and the next writing team, then whatever, that's up to them. So before we keep going, let me see what you guys are saying. Dale, you're saying, yeah, I always thought that Reyna would have blown them away when they jump. If Poe didn't take it out, they have lost a lot more lives. That's possible. I mean, we didn't know at that point about hyperspace dragon, so Dreadnought follows them out of hyperspace, kills everyone there. That's a good point also. And then you're saying, Dale, that you heard recently what George's idea to put Luke on the island at some point, which is fine. Again, if that's the idea to put him on the island, I have nothing against it. But why is he on the island? Is it because he's on this first Jedi temple trying to learn more? Or is it because he closed himself off from the Force and went to the most far away place to get away from it? Who knows? We won't know. I mean, we got what we got, and I'm fine with it. I wanted the Luke Skywalker that we got in The Mandalorian. I thought that's what we were going to get in The Last Jedi, but we didn't. And I'm totally fine with it. People change, character change after 30 years, so we couldn't have the same Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi being The Last Jedi. So I understand that, and I really like his character in this movie. So the issues I have with The Last Jedi have nothing to do with Luke Skywalker. I'm going to take this off because it is crushing my ears. All right. That was fun, right? I gotta wear my helmets a little bit more. I gotta take some of the padding off. But I'm going back to my, if I can get there. Oh, maybe not. Oh, screw it. It's under my chair now, so no, I can't go with this weird. There we go. All right. Here we are back. We're back. We're back on Star Wars Radio Rebellion, Star Wars podcast, throwing things down on our final show of the season. Who knows? Maybe the final show ever. The way this is going, it's going great. Someone is revealing George's story treatment. Well, can't wait to read that. It's gonna be very peaceful after that in Star Wars Twitter. All right, so let's divide this because we've been going on for a while. I don't want to. So let's talk about Kylo Ren and Snoke. I love everything with Snoke. It's some of my favorite things from The Last Jedi. My favorite thing from The Last Jedi. It's everything, every scene that Snoke is in. Here we have this powerful dark side user treating Kylo Ren like garbage, like a kid. You're not a new Vader. I thought you were. When I got you, I just saw raw strength. And here you are, bested by a girl with a lightsaber, this scavenger. I fear I was mistaken. And then hits Kylo Ren where it hurts. Take that ridiculous thing off, talking about his mask. Is again, I don't have a video about it, but we did an audio podcast about it, talking about Kylo Ren's Ben Solo's journey in the sequel trilogy. And a lot of it we talked about the importance of the mask. Also, if you read the Rise of Kylo Ren comic book, which we do have a video about that one, it talks about the power behind the mask, and that's how he channels the dark side and how he feels that he truly belongs is behind the mask. The only people that have told him to take the mask off are Rey when she says, "Oh, that's what happens when you're being chased by a creature in a mask." Then he removes his helmet, and that's when she's able to invade his mind in that interrogation scene. His dad, Han Solo, telling him, "Take that helmet off so I can see my son." And now Snoke knows, take that ridiculous thing off because you're just a child in a mask. And that crushes him, and that's why he then goes in that elevator and breaks it down, because that's how he hides inside, and he's just being ridiculed for it. So it's okay. Everyone I looked up to, my dad and my new master, just making fun of me and my mask. Let me destroy it to see if that I can gain the respect that way. But it doesn't happen. I love also when he tells him, "Oh, you've been bested by a girl with a lightsaber." He gets up to fight, and then he just gets shocked. Come on, sit down, boy. And we have those Praetorian guards, which we're all hoping we're gonna be better than the Imperial guards for the Emperor. Get them to do something. We do get that here. We get Luke's daily routine. I think your routine. You're not busy milking, what were they called? I think I wrote it down. The thalassarans, milking thalassarans for that green milk, going over cliffs, fishing, spending time with the caretakers. Um, so it gives you a lot of that daily routine that Luke is cut off from the force. I want nothing to do with this place. Um, then we have she goes into the tree, finds the Jedi text. Oh, they're like me, the last of the Jedi religion. And then, who are you? Where did you came from? I'm from nowhere. No one's from nowhere. Jakku, oh, that's really nowhere. But who are you? Again, just asking her, who do you think you are? Yeah, sippity sappity. That's what sappity sappity. That's what Snoke does to Kylo. You sippity sap. Sit down, boy. Go prepare my ship. So then let's go right into it. Prepare my ship. It's another great scene. We saw parts of it on the trailer. He's going in hyperspace tracking. We heard about this in Rogue One. We don't have any fuel to jump back out. So Poe, let me get back on my X-wing and blow things up. And then we have Kylo Ren. We wanted to see him. The son of Solo, a Skywalker, has to be a great pilot. And we see that TIE fighter that he has. I'll try spinning. That's always a good trick. Goes in, destroys the hangar, destroys Black One, destroys all the ships. BB-8 is rolling in a different way this time. Then we had that tense scene of him locking onto the bridge when he feels Leia, feels his mom. Leia feels him. And then that's when I think, is he really going to shoot? Is this the way that then Leia dies? And unfortunately, Carrie Fisher at that point is written off. But he doesn't. He feels that pull to the light again, doesn't shoot, but then the other TIE fighters destroy the bridge. Everyone dies. Leia goes flying out. Then we have Jedi Leia, right? For the first time, which was weird. That first time I saw it, I didn't know, is she alive? Is she dead? Just floating there in space, and hoping this is not how she dies, and then she's left there, and we're seeing her. Now you see the fingers twitching a little bit. The Jedi thing comes in, but then it switches to the Leia thing, which is a great. John Williams did a great score, a great job in this movie. And then she pulls herself back into the ship, which again goes to some of my issue with the movie. It's the execution of it, the way that Luke throws his lightsaber. The meaning behind it is important. The execution doesn't do it for me. Leia, being a Jedi, putting herself back to the ship is a great moment and builds on Jedi Leia that we know she was powerful in the Force, but the way that she's flying towards it, it just looks too weird. With a lot of people had issues with it. So again, the meaning is there, the execution wasn't really, at least for me. Akbar is dead, our whole leadership is dead. Who's gonna lead us? Poe is scared. Is it gonna be me? Um, but no, oh, General Holdo from the Battle of Chiron Belt or something. Oh, it's not what I thought. And then we get again, let me take another more great quotes from Holdo, which they're a bit wordy. A lot of words in their quotes, but they're again, it's we've used them in Star Wars before and we can use them in our real life forever. It's She says, but we are not alone. We are the spark that will light the fire, that will restore the Republic. Great Star Wars message and something that we can take in our life. And also, of course, hope is like the sun. If you only believe it when you can see it, you'll never make it through the night. Say what you say about what you want about Ryan Johnson and the writing team, but those quotes are 100% Star Wars quotes and 100% you can use them in real life. Always believe in yourself, even when you're down. If you can only believe in something, in your goal when you see it, you'll never make it. You gotta keep pushing through those dark times, and that's when good things will happen at the end. So, gotta keep pushing, man. Gotta keep pushing. All right. So, before we get more into look at Leia's training and Canto Bight and all that and the Force connection, let's finish with the whole movie overall. When they get to Crate and they're in the monoskis trying to destroy this cannon that's coming, I was always thinking that it was going to be Luke Skywalker coming into the rescue. We had seen the X-Wing submerged in the water, so I'm like, oh, Skywalker's going to come back. Luke Skywalker is going to come in the X-Wing and destroy everyone. But then when they're being shot down, and then we have the music, and we see the shadow, and the Falcon goes in, then they comes in. The music is great. She shoots down 3 TIE fighters. Oh, they hate that ship. They're going away. Kylo Ren is destroy that ship, or whatever he says, just to kill everything. They were at that scene, which I don't know how you guys felt about it, when Poe finally says, no, we can't keep going. We're getting shot down. We got to make it back to base. And Finn then is the one that doesn't follow directions, saying, no, screw this. I'm going in. For a second, I really thought that he was going to crash straight into that Death Star cannon. I thought he was just going to fly right into it and destroy that way. They're not going to do it. Is he going to do it? Nah, maybe. But he takes that off and he's starting to get into that stream, that jet stream. I thought he was going to go straight for it, but then you have Rose come in, destroy the speeder, and crash. And then again, another great Star Wars quote. We'll win by, oh, can't believe I lost it. That's how we're going to win. Not fighting what we hate, but saving what we love. And then collapses. Finn drags her like 2 miles back to the base. I don't know how the hell he got the energy to drag her back between the middle of this fight, just drag her back for 2 miles and not get shot off or stepped on. But all right, whatever. We get the beginning of Poe as a leader and all that stuff. One thing I forgot to mention, let's talk about Rose a little bit, because that's a big controversy. Nothing against Kelly Marie Tran. I know a lot of people went after her, unfortunately, when she was cast and all that. Even if you didn't like the character, you shouldn't be attacking the actor behind it. So I'm fine with Rose. It's not my favorite character in The Last Jedi or in the sequel trilogy. It has nothing to do with her performance. I think she did okay. She did great, actually, as the character of Rose. Her introduction is a little bit weird. Because she's so, oh, you're Finn, you're a hero. You walked away from the First Order, and then Finn is just standing there, and then, oh, you got a packed bag, and you're gonna be leaving on this shuttle on the escape pod, and she zaps him. Why didn't Finn just lie and say, yeah, I'm Finn, big deal in the Resistance. I got a special mission that I'm going, so I need a shuttle because I'm undercover, basically. And what could she say at that point, right? But no, he got shot, couldn't feel his teeth afterwards, but that's fine. Yeah, she was quoting Leia as well. Yeah, again, Rose. Yeah, I got nothing against Kelly Marie Tran, nothing really against the character of Rose. So I don't know why people give it so much of a slack on it. But all right, so let's go to the big things in this movie. As we're an hour and a half, and we still haven't reached the Rise of Skywalker. So Luke and Ray training is up, same as Snoke. Some of my favorite scenes from the Last Jedi. I love my Force in Star Wars, one of my favorite things. And then okay, so we have three lessons that we're gonna teach you. You have that Jedi Prime on the on that Jedi temple when he starts training her. I love again very Yoda like when Luke starts training Rey and she reach out with the Force. So I'm reaching out. And he's like and slaps. Oh, you mean reach from here? And then again more Force quotes. The island. Was the island, life, death, decay that feeds new life, and between it all, a force, a balance, an energy, a force, and inside you, that same force. So saying that if the Jedi die, the force dies, vanity. So again, there's the force, the light is inside all of us. You don't need to be a Jedi to say that the light has died, which then doesn't contradict, but shows you how Luke has moved from one character to the other. When in Mandalorian he says, "Oh, I need to train Grogu because he's special in the Force, but without training he won't be able to master it." Here we have a more. It doesn't matter. We all are connected by the Force, basically. Man, my notes. I got too many notes. I unfortunately didn't have time to edit my notes a little bit, so I'm trying to just pick and choose because we're gonna keep going. So the big thing with Luke and Ray is that story behind what happened with Luke and Ben in Luke's temple, right? We have three different versions. The first one is just, oh, he attacked me. I was there and he attacked me. And then we have Ben Solo saying, no, I was fine. I was sleeping and I wake up and then I have Luke trying to kill me. So I'm defending myself. And that's when Ray goes, oh, did you create Kylo Ren? Why did you try to kill him? And then we have Luke's version saying, no, I looked inside his mind and I just saw darkness. Snoke had corrupted him too. He was too far gone. I couldn't save him this time. So I had a fleeting moment of doubt. And next thing I saw was a frightened boy looking at that had disappointed his master. So then we have that from a different point of view, right? Who's right? Is it Luke Skywalker? Is it Ben Solo? Is it neither of them? Because in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic book, we see that Ben didn't destroy the temple, but Luke is telling Rey that when he woke up, Kylo Ren or Ben Solo had destroyed the temple, took a handful of his students, killed the rest, and just left. Which now that's really not what happened. So it's that who's telling the truth? Who's the narrator that we can believe, or is it anyone? Force connection. So force connection is something new in Star Wars, and I think it was done great. The Force Skype, as a lot of people call it, it's a great addition to the Force, and I'm surprised it was executed great. The music stops, so you know something's going. So music stops, and then we had that connection. We have Kylo thinking that he got shot that first time because as soon as Rey sees him, she shoots him. That's last time I saw you. You were trying to kill me. She shoots him. I'm fine. And then they start getting more in touch with each other. Kylo Ren gets that water on his glove, so they're getting a little bit closer. That we see how it ends in Rise of Skywalker. We have, of course, the Ben Solo without his shirt on, and then till the end they're talking together, sitting in the hut after the mirror cave, which is that great scene that divided the fandom again. What are you going to see at the mirror cave? I was always thinking, oh, that's gonna be Luke Skywalker over there. I was trying to figure that shadow, and then it wasn't. It was just her, just Rey looking back at herself. Which I'm okay. I'm fine. If that's the way we're going, that's the way we're going. But it divided the fandom again. People didn't like it either. I wouldn't say that they didn't like it. after this, when it was actually Ray from nowhere or no one, a lot of people love this decision because you don't have to come. Anyone can be a hero, and anyone can use the Force and be a Jedi. And then what happens in Rise of Skywalker? That's when a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just retconning what happened in the Last Jedi." But I think I can see it can still work in different ways. But the Force connection is a great addition to Star Wars, and the way it was done was great. We have Yoda come back and tell Skywalker, as always, looking to the horizon. His mind never here, where it belongs. And we've just been talking about and going over and over. All the great quotes that we get in this movie are um, lose rate, pass on what you have learned. But weakness, failure, most of all, the greatest teacher failure is. We are what they grow beyond. That's the burden of all masters, which, what can you say, right? So Yoda always comes through, always has those great, meaningful slice of life that we can take with us. Um, Masters and Jedi, we've seen how much they rely on each other, and once they are separated, they still thinking about them, trying to help them. So they are what we grow beyond. It's one of the great Star Wars moments. All right, so we don't have a lot of time left. I want to have enough time to talk about Rise of Skywalker, so I'm going to skip a few things real quick. Crate, that's where the movie loses me. I don't like, sorry, not Crate, Canto Bight. I don't like Canto Bight. I understand the meaning behind it, showing, because this movie is about failure. You keep pushing and pushing, you fail, you got to get back up, but all of our heroes fail, even at the end, everyone's failing. Rey failed to get Luke back to the Resistance to help. Luke failed in trying to save Ben Solo. Finn and Poe lost and failed trying to get the Master Code Breaker and doing all that stuff. Poe failed at the beginning, at the middle, all the way. So it's a failure, and what do you do to overcome it? Again, teach failure most of all. But the way that the Canto Bites whole scene and act was done, I really didn't like it. But that's my biggest issue with this movie is the Canto Bite scene. But the ending is great. Luke versus Kylo Ren, it's amazing. I didn't know what was going on. I thought he was a Force ghost, that he had already passed when everything was bombing him. I thought he was just a Force ghost at that point. But the music, when he meets Leia, that's when I that's when I got emotional hearing Leia's theme. No one's really gone. Luke, it felt more like Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher talking about no one's really gone to go out about each other. So the ending of this movie is great. Everything on Crate is great. The visuals, like we said when we are talking about the posters, is awesome. That conversation between Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker is great. Everything you said was wrong. I will not be the last Jedi. The war is just beginning. The rebellion is reborn. All that is awesome. And then we figured out it's all a ruse. He's been projecting himself from Acto, and I lost it. Luke Skywalker, the greatest master ever to be able to do this. He dies, and of course, he went with peace and purpose. All right, so Last Jedi, we talked a lot about it. It's the movie that divided the fandom even more. Either you loved it or hated it. It's hard to find people that just have it in the middle, and that's where we are. So my big thing with The Last Jedi, I know it's a good movie. I know it's a great movie, but it doesn't feel always like a Star Wars movie, like I'm watching a Star Wars movie. It doesn't feel like it. It has all the components, but sometimes they don't mix well. And that's why I have it in the lower end of my sequel trilogy preference in those three movies. And the reason is, I'll mention it when we start talking about Rise of Skywalker, is the action. The adventure, I should say. Whew, all right. Oh man, an hour and 40 minutes. I love this. But I am getting sweaty with all this hat. All right, so let's go and talk about the final of the sequel trilogy movies, and that is The Rise of Skywalker. But if you're talking about The Rise of Skywalker, you gotta do it with the right lighting, right? So let me see. There we go. Let me turn this one off real quick. There we go. Rise of Skywalker, because it is blue, right? Very, very blue. People complain about whatever. But if we're talking Rise of Skywalker, should we do the whole Skywalker segment like this? Nah, it's too blue. But you get where I'm going. People say it was too blue, and they were right. There were some scenes that it was really blue out there, but thank you, thank you. It is, it is too blue. It's gonna drive me crazy. But it's been great so far. Thank you, Andrew. Don't worry. And keep your eyes on your DMs. I'm going to contact you. See if I can get you here next season talking about some Star Wars book or something. We'll figure something out. All right. This is blinding me. So let me go back to there. Oh, man. Now I'm blinded. All right. So. Whew. All right. Rise of Skywalker. So, like the trailer, we started hearing this is the end of the Skywalker saga. That's how they started promoting this movie, the end of the Skywalker saga. 40 years in the making, and I know where to find you. I'll again, give me a few days because I'm taking a break after this. But I'll reach out. So the trailers were great. The expectations were off the roof. The end of the Skywalker saga. How they're gonna unite or end not just the 3 movies but 9 movies. How can they bring all this together? We heard that Palpatine was coming back, where Ian McDermott showed up in Celebration. On one of the trailers, they used Duel of the Fates as when there were some lightsaber battle or something. They showed Duel of the Fates, so I was freaking out. I was ready for this movie. Over the top. So I didn't know what to expect. I was sad because it was ending. I knew Star Wars is always gonna keep coming, even if it's not the trilogies. We had the return of J.J. Abrams, which I had loved. The Force Awakens, so we're extremely happy about it. Unfortunately, what happened with Colin Trevorrow happened. We didn't get that movie, but we have JJ. So the big question, how are they going to treat Leia? We'll get to that in a minute because I forgot. Let's talk about the poster real quick. So there we go. So the poster for Rise of Skywalker, again, very similar to the other posters. We have all the blue again. You see the blue, it's there. But Kylo Ren back with the mask. We had destroyed in the Last Jedi, which that's when the conversation started already. They retconning the Last Jedi, going a different direction. We had the Millennium Falcon, so we're afraid if they're going to blow it up. Sorry, Bleach, a great addition. We have the return of Lando Calrissian, Jana as a new character. We still have Rose, and then Dio also on Kylo Ren and Rey fighting the Death Star wreckage. We saw that in the trailer also. So expectations were really high for this movie. We're gonna get lightsaber battles. You know what? I forgot to talk about something in Last Jedi, which is gonna get me in trouble. But that's why we're here, right? To talk about the whole sequel trilogy. So I mentioned when we were talking about what movie was it? I don't remember exactly. And I said, oh, Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, Revenge of the Sith, which is one of my favorite Star Wars movies, and we'll see when it falls in our recap. But I said that for most people, the opera scene is their favorite. I love the opera scene. It's not my favorite part of the movie. I really like it, but I have scenes that I like better than the opera scene. A lot of people prefer the opera scene. So talking about The Last Jedi, a lot of people love that throne room battle between Rey, Kylo Ren against the Praetorian Guards after they killed Snoke, which was a great moment. I'm okay that they killed Snoke, and the way that they did it was awesome. He's too cocky. He didn't think that he, again, treating Kylo Ren as crap, so he used that against him. And I love when the saber comes and Rey grabs it. They stand up, and this is where I'm thinking, okay, Ben Solo is turning to the light side. So the throne room battle between the two of them against the 6 or 8 Praetorian Guards is a great fight. It's not my favorite. There's something about that scene that doesn't resonate with me when talking about lightsaber battles, and I think it's the music. We're used to, at least I'm used to very emotional lightsaber battles with a very important or really iconic music theme behind it. This one, there's really no music, or there's no connection between the scene and the music, at least for me. So that's when we talk about lightsaber battles, that's one that doesn't resonate with me. So I know a lot of people love that scene, and not critiquing the actual fight or the choreography. I think all that is great, but it's not one of my favorite lightsaber battles. All right, so let's go back to Rise of Skywalker. So we had the return of JJ, and then how are they going to treat Leia? Unfortunately, again, we mentioned Carrie Fisher had passed. We didn't know. We learned that they were going to bring her back as CGI. They weren't going to recast, and not CGI. They're using scenes from The Force Awakens and Last Jedi that were in the cut floor. We're just repurposing them and using it for the final movie, which has to be a big challenge. I believe that the reason that Colin Trevorrow's second script couldn't make it was because he couldn't figure out how to do the movie without Carrie Fisher there, without Leia. So then it falls on JJ. He had a lot of it from episode 7, and he was able to do what he did. I think the CGI worked great. I love seeing her back. But then it's that emotional connection. It's when I start feeling more for Leia, which is a character that I've always liked, but after the passing, I had more of connection, especially with the Leia music theme. Oof, excuse me. I usually didn't hear that theme a lot, but after that, it just started resonating more and more with me. So I really love that music theme now. All right, so before we start, if you haven't read the Ray Carson novelization of of Rise of Skywalker, I really urge you to do it. It's also another video I did. I think it's my first, probably my first review of a Star Wars novel was the Ray Carson novelization, and it adds a lot to the movie, especially those scenes that people weren't too happy about. It more about Palpatine and his clones, more about Kylo Ren and Ben Solo, especially meeting Chewie again in the interrogation, more between Leia and Rey, which is very important. There's a lot of it, so I do recommend that novel a lot. All right. So I love the introduction of this movie. I love that it goes in Mustafar. It starts on Mustafar. Kylo Ren does that fire backslide when he's stabbing that Mustafarian with that fire, just that contrast, that opposite that we just saw on Last Jedi with all this snow. He just now sliding through that fire, kills everyone, and then finds the Wayfinder. This is my first complaint. Why didn't they make that a Sith holocron? They make that a Sith holocron instead of a Wayfinder, this movie, and everyone loses their mind. Have a Sith holocron, and if you want to make the other Jedi holocron so Rey can manipulate it, that's fine. Why make it a Wayfinder? I don't know. That's one. When I saw that triangle, I'm like, that pyramid. It's a holocron. It's a holocron. No, it's a Sith Wayfinder. Okay, you didn't need to. Well, yeah, Andrew, you're saying that it's a great book. It has so much, especially Leia, Rey, and Maz Kanata. It's a great book. And then we have Kylo Ren follows the Wayfinder to Exegol. I love Exegol. Love the look of the planet, how blue it is. I love the lightning. Every time the lightning strikes, the music screeches, ring. I love that. And then you have, oh, my boy, I've been the voice inside your head, or whatever he says. I wrote it down. My boy, I have been every voice you have ever heard inside your head. Love it. They are the Snoke clones, and then the Emperor is revealed. What could you ever give me? Everything. A new empire. So at that point, you're either in or out. So the introduction of the Emperor is when people, and it happens early on, so either you're in for the rest of the movie knowing that the Emperor, Palpatine is back. Somehow Palpatine returned, right? It's not the best introduction. I'll give you guys that. It could have been handled a lot better. But anyways, it's Star Wars, dark side. It's the Emperor, it's here, let's just go for it. So if you're in at that point, you'll enjoy the movie. If that takes you out, you're not going to enjoy the rest of the movie. Exegol, like you're saying, Andrew, has a horror movie vibe. That scene is well done. I love everything in Exegol is awesome. But then from that point, we change, and now we have Poe, Finn, Chewie on the Falcon. We have Claude. And now we have, again, the issue with Rose. We thought she was going to get more in this movie, and she got less than she got in Last Jedi. Claude didn't need to be there. Put Rose there makes a lot more sense. Even if everything else that happens with Rose happens on Agent Claus, have on the Falcon with them for this part because it doesn't make sense for this log to be there. But whatever. But this is where I love that scene of them talking to Bulio, Res, Mr. Res, Tony. I don't know if you're still around. We're talking about Bulio. He's your guy. Them escaping the TIE fighters going through that cave tunnel, very similar to that trench run in A New Hope. It gives you that adventure feels. It feels like Star Wars, and that's when I was watching the Rise of Skywalker. At this point, I felt, yeah, I'm in Star Wars. It feels adventurous. I didn't get this from Last Jedi, and that for me, I think, is the difference. Why the Last Jedi doesn't resonate with me as much as these two other movies, because it doesn't have a sense of adventure. At least for me, I love everything with Rey and Luke on Ahch-To and everything on Crate. The rest, Canto Bight and the parts on the Star Destroyers and the cruisers, staying away from them, that space battle, those two acts don't work for me. Doesn't feel adventurous like Star Wars, how Rise of Skywalker does. I know that The Last Jedi is a better made movie than Rise of Skywalker, but for me, Rise of Skywalker feels more like a Star Wars movie than Last Jedi, and that's why I prefer Rise of Skywalker to Last Jedi. Not because of the quality, just an adventure feel for me. I know for a lot of people it's different, and good on you. I love that. I love that we all have different reasons for liking something in Star Wars. It always resonates something different in all of us. Another great part here is Rey training with Leia. We get to learn more about Jedi Leia, right? Especially at the end with Luke and all their training. She's talking to Rey. We have Rey floating with all the rocks around her. Be with me, trying to connect to the Jedi. Oh, I haven't earned your brother's lightsaber, which she fix. Again, a lot of people, how did she put the lightsaber back together? How did she fix the kyber crystals? It's all in that novel. Ray Carson novelization tells you it's all in the Jedi text. She read the Jedi text, tells you how to fix lightsaber. That's how she do it. Poe and Finn come back. I love that interaction. Again, I love their bickering. Oh, what did you do to my droid? What did you do to Falcon? Oh, well, he's missing a piece. Yeah, well, the Falcon's on fire. Oh, are we doing this? Are you guys always going to be fighting? So I love that it was there. We didn't get that through the first two movies, that three of them interacting, which is something that's lacking. That's something that we love from the original trilogies, that big three together, Han, Luke, and Leia. They were always working together, more or less. Sequel Trilogy, we have Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme for most of it. Here we don't have the three of them working together too much, just till the end of the movie, so that there's a little bit of disconnect there. But there's a year in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, so we have that there. Whew. Man, sorry for all my sniffing. My nose is clogged up. C-3PO is great in this movie. Talking to R2-D2, you're one of my best friend, actually. One thing I don't like too much about the sequel trilogy is that R2 didn't get basically anything to do. R2 is my favorite droid, so I'm sad that we really didn't get him too much just at the end of The Force Awakens, just to show Luke the message on Last Jedi. And then here was to restore C-3PO's memory. So I'm sad that we didn't get more of R2. We have the return of the Knights of Ren. We have Kylo Ren fixing his helmet, which, like I mentioned, that he said, okay, my dad is dead, Snoke is dead. Everyone that has said anything about me and my helmet and my reason for having it is dead. Is going back on. This is me. I feel more comfortable under the helmet. I can project all my darkness through it. I don't have to show my broken insides, basically. I'm being pulled. I can hide behind the helmet, so I'm rebuilding it. So it makes sense to me that he rebuilt his helmet, and I love seeing it. I love the returns of the Knights of Ren. They just look great. There was that promise from The Force Awakens, that vision. We didn't see them in The Last Jedi. We get them here in Rise of Skywalker. I would love to see them fight a little bit more. but we didn't get that too much. So, all right, we gotta find the Wayfinder. Luke was trying to find it in Pasana, and then we have the what is it? The Festival of the Ancestors in Pasana, and then again for Rey, it's a realization that you can go to a desert planet that's not like Jakku. It's vibrant. It's filled with life, joy. All the people having fun. There's music. There's kites flying. There's people teaching. There's vendors. It's a completely different um, desert planet and desert life that she's used to. So that's why she's so happy there. Then we have again a little bit of, oh, something's gonna happen later on. Oh, what's your name? I'm Rey. Oh, what's your family's name? Oh, I got no. I'm just Rey. And then we have that force connection again, but it's a little bit even stronger now because Kylo Ren is able to reach out and take that necklace from her, and I got scared. Now, oh man, you can, I don't know, interact through different dimensions here. But I love when she tells her, "Oh, you're serving another master." It's like, man, you're cutting deep, because Kylo can't do anything by himself. He's serving another master now on Palpatine. So they're on Pasana. Rey feels that Kylo Ren is there. She goes out to meet him, and then we see that Finn senses that Kylo Ren is there. When Poe is saying, "Where's Rey? We gotta leave." He's like, Kylo Ren is here. So we get a little bit more that Rey might be a little bit, that Finn is a little bit force sensitive. He goes out, he sees that the Knights of Ren have taken Chewie, put on the transport, and then we had that great scene of first that speeder, that TIE fighter, that TIE silencer coming, Rey flipping, cutting the wing off that we saw down the trailer. It's awesome, that Jedi leap, and then both of them fighting for that transport. We've seen this in games only on the video games. They're trying to pull down a Star Destroyer. Here they're trying to pull that transport to her. He's trying to pull it away, and then she just gets too mad that Force Lightning shoots out and destroys the transport, and she thinks that Chewie is dead. Kylo Ren is taken aback. He flips out. Oh man, what did I get myself into? Look at all the power that she has. So the only problem I have with this is that they spoiled this in the trailer, because in the trailer we had seen Chewie inside the Star Destroyer running with his bowcaster, but he didn't have his bandolier. We had seen that on the trailer. So when the transport blew up with Chewie in it, I knew that he's not dead. He's probably on another transport. So that's one point where you gotta be careful with your marketing. They really spoiled that. If they hadn't shown that on the trailer, and everyone else thought that Chewie was dead, that was really gonna be an emotional gut punch. And then to find out that no, he's alive. It was another transport. Then okay, he's a little bit different. But anyway, so that's that. Yeah, I'm just Rey. So one thing, talking about the novelization, that's something, not the only, but one of the scenes I really wish that they had put in the movie that wasn't the novelization was the meeting between Chewie and Kylo Ren on the novel. Sorry, they meet on the novel. They shows Kylo going to see Chewie when he's locked up and being tortured. And he looks inside his mind and just sees all the good times that they had as kids. That only the second time reading a Star Wars book that I cried. One was in Lost Stars, one was reading that scene. That scene was awesome, was great emotion in that novel. If they had filmed that for the movie, it would have been too much. So Andrew saying good catch from the tail. I legit thought he was gone for. Again, I saw it with my daughter the second time. She started, is Chewie dead? I had to tell her because I couldn't handle her for 20 more minutes thinking that Chewbacca was there. No, he's fine. There was another transport. And yeah, you're saying that Kylo and Chewie scene was so good in that book. It was. Oh, Mr. Rez, you're back. I don't know if you heard me talking about your boy Bulio. Bulio was there at the beginning of this movie. So we get to Kijimi. Kajimi is another great planet. Of course, it's a nice planet. Everything is Hoth. Are we back on Hoth? No, it's just something different. I love Sorry Bliss. The design of her outfit is awesome. That helmet is great. I hope we can get more of her at some point. Like I said, C-3PO is great in this movie. We have, hey, we got Babu Freak here. That droid is ready. Droid memory, blank, blank. I love Babu Freak. The way he speaks is great. I love that they got a person to create that language. And it's, oh, sorry, Res, you're driving. I don't want to distract you. So keep driving. Just listen to it. Don't, nothing happened to you. I don't want to, I don't know where you're driving. Keep your eyes on the road. Hopefully the road is fine. There's not snow or ice or anything, but be safe out there, everyone. Where are we? We see an occupation of the city. We've seen this in Clone Wars and in Rebels when the Empire takes over a planet. We really haven't seen it in the movies. We saw a little bit here in Kajimi with the First Order taking over this planet, not planet, over this city, and how they're going door to door, taking everyone out, the walkers walking by. I guess we've seen it in Rogue One, on Scarif. There's also done this. So that's a great scene that we don't get to see that too often. I'm just trying to pick out what to talk about real quick. And this is something that I didn't catch it till I saw it this last time, because I always thought that Poe and Lando were the ones that had this conversation only. But Sorry tells Poe also at this part, they win by making you think you're alone. There are more of us, which is, again, that at the end, there are more of us, Poe. There are more of us. So it's great that it was said before, and then we get a callback to it at the end of the movie. Rey senses there that Chewbacca is alive on Kylo Ren's destroyer, so we gotta go help him. We gotta save him. They go to the destroyer. She feels that the Wayfinder is there, or the knife actually is there, so they separate. Then we have one of my favorite. The two lightsaber battles in this movie are awesome. The ones here with Rey on Kylo Ren's white Star Destroyer in his chambers with the Darth Vader helmet and all that. And then we have Kylo Ren in the snow on Kajimi and all the berries and everything. Have that great lightsaber fight, fighting through the Force connection again. So now it's not just talking, it's not just taking something from you. They're actually having this lightsaber battle through the Force connection. Everything's breaking. Darth Vader helmet falls down in the white snow. These red berries fall down, so they know where they are. It's just great visuals, which is something that J.J. Abrams and this movie don't get a lot of mention, a lot of kudos. Is the visuals in this movie are awesome. People talk about Last Jedi, and it is visually is great. There's a lot of great visuals in Rise of Skywalker. Then we have the Hux is I'm the spy. I knew it. No, you didn't. It's like, okay, he's the spy. I don't care if you win. I just need Kylo Ren to lose. So again, he's trying to get to that Hux that he was in the first movie, gets shot, and then gets killed by General Pride. She's a survivor. We get the Falcon. He's still alive. He's still there. Why didn't he blow it? Doesn't matter. Falcon is still alive. They fly off and then rescue Rey when Kylo Ren is there. And he tells, oh, yeah, your parents, they sold you off trying to keep you safe. You're a Palpatine. He's the one that killed your parent because he was trying to kill you. So that's that gut punch, right? It's supposed to make her doubt herself. So a lot of people, yeah, whatever, she's a Palpatine. I prefer she was no one, which I understand. Oh. Excuse me. Went down the wrong pipe. I look like I'm crying. I'm just coughing here. So what works about telling her that she's a Palpatine is, yeah, you've been alone your whole life, but the reason is you're related to the worst person in the galaxy, right? That's even worse than thinking you come from nothing. It's not that you come from nothing. You come from the worst part of the galaxy. So that's gonna make her even doubt herself more, and that's why then she ends up on Acto trying to disconnect herself, like Luke did. So anyway, let's just cut right to the end. They make it to Agent Claus because that's where the Death Star is. They go find the other Wayfinder, and then we have the second Force Vision. We already had one with the Dark Side Cave and the Mirror Cave. Now she has this second Force Vision that she's gonna fall to the dark side. We have Dark Side Ray with her double-bladed lightsaber, her vampire teeth, very scary. My daughter jumped out; she got scared. And then we have again Kylo Ren and Ray, and that's different. At this point, like I said, I think when I talked about Ray and Kylo on my their journey through the sequel trilogies, is at that point, at that battle, there's no way that Ray is going to win. She's just fighting on emotions. She's just angry. She's telegraphing her moves, and Kylo is just blocking. He's just wearing her down, breaking her down with every comment that he makes. You can't go back to Leia. You can't. You can't go back. The same that I am. They don't want you there. You're a Palpatine. You can't go back to Luke or Solo and all that. But their fight in the Death Star wreckage, again, visually awesome. That contradiction from Revenge of the Sith in the lava. Here we have all the water crashing on them. They're doing Jedi flips, which I love to see again. All those big jumps over the waves. The music is there. It's a little bit different, but then every slash is a music note. But then Leia does what she needs to do. Reaches out with the Force, connects with Ben Solo at that point, and he's shocked. He doesn't know what to do, and that's how Rey kills him, but then brings him back with the Force Heal, which we had seen the week before in The Mandalorian when Grogu does this to Carl Weathers to I forgot his name, to Grief Karga. He heals Grief Karga, so we know, okay, this exists in Star Wars universe. Then we saw it the following week on Rise of Skywalker. And then this leads to what I didn't want, which I said before. The one thing I didn't want from the Rise of Skywalker was for Ben Solo to be redeemed. I thought we were done with that. We've already done it. He doesn't need to be redeemed. He can't. And they redeemed Ben Solo, and it's my favorite part in the whole movie. The way they did it was the only way they could have done it. Bringing back Han Solo. Oh, you're just a memory. Yeah, your memory. Which is the one part that does still breaks me down in watching the movie is watching these parts. And if we go again, I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the power, the strength to do it. And the only thing that at that point Han Solo says, you do. He doesn't say, let me help you. It's your choice. I can't make this choice for you. You have to. And then, of course, the hand reaches out, touches his face, and then Ben goes, Dad, I know. That I couldn't take it in the movie theaters. When I saw it the other day, it also broke me. It's just the way they brought Ben Solo back was great. I love it. He throws that saber into the water, becomes Ben Solo. It was a great moment. And yeah, I love that so much. All right, so let's finish this off because we've been talking for over 2 hours now, 2 hours and 10 minutes, so almost. But it's our last show, like I mentioned before, so let's make it a big one. Like I said, there's a lot of great quotes also in this movie. The whole trilogy has a lot of great quotes. We have Rey going back to Acto, throwing the saber, meets Luke Skywalker's ghost. Finally, Luke's ghost is there. A Jedi weapon deserves more respect, and that's him talking to himself. This is not a shot at Rian Johnson. This is Luke Skywalker talking to himself, saying a Jedi weapon deserves more respect. Don't do the same thing that I did. Here we go again. Great quotes. Confronting fear is a destiny of a Jedi. Yeah, there we go. Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. They all had to go through it. Anakin Skywalker, the fear of losing the person that he loved in Padme, he couldn't confront it. That's why he fell to the dark side. Luke Skywalker confronting fear of losing his friends and his sister and becoming Darth Vader, not being able to save his father, but he was able to confront his fear and say, no, I'm a Jedi like my father before me. And now Rey having to confront her fears of being Palpatine's granddaughter and going past it. Either you're gonna fall to it or you're gonna overcome it, and that's confronting fear. We have Leia training with Luke, which we always wanted to see Leia training as a Jedi. We got to see that here. We have Luke raising the X-wing from the water that he couldn't do it in Empire Strikes Back on Dagobah. His friend calling Yoda, Yoda, I did it! Finally, I raised it. We had that Yoda music playing also, and then we have great moments between Lando and Poe. We had each other. Han, Luke, Leia, we had each other. And then Lando and Chewie go to get help, and then we have that great scene. Oh, they're breaking out. They couldn't do anything. Uh, Palpatine is shooting the Force lightning into the ceiling, into the sky. Everything is breaking apart, and then we hear, but there's more of us, Poe. There's more of us. Takes the corner. The whole galaxy is there. The Star Wars theme is blaring. It's a great emotion, not a great rah moment. Oh, where did they get a Navy? It's not Navy. It's just people. Again, that's what we wanted. Might not be everyone can rise up and save the day. So we got that there. So at first it was jarring. It was a little weird to hear that theme at that point, but watching it over and over again, it gets to you. It works. It just works, seeing all that whole fleet and the Star Wars music there. Whew. We have Rey and Ben fighting in Exegol. And I love seeing this. I knew it was coming when Palpatine is telling Rey, oh, you're going to strike me down. You'll be the Empress and all that stuff. Ben Solo gets there, surrounded by the Knights of Ren. And Rey feels him. She feels that Ben Solo's there. He feels her and gives her a little nod, and then she goes like this. As soon as she put her hands out, and she's gonna pass that saber. She's gonna pass it. Change to Ben Solo, and he comes with that saber out. Oh my goodness, that's a great reveal, a great scene. Destroys the Knights of Ren. She has Leia's lightsaber to go against the Emperor. Both of them fight the Emperor. He learns that they're a dyad. It's better if I take your powers instead of killing you. And everything happens. He falls down, gets thrown out, and then she finally goes, oh, be with me. And then all the voices of the Jedi come in. We hear Ahsoka. I'm not going to go through all the Jedis, but we hear Ahsoka. We hear Kanan, which was awesome to hear Kanan, one of the last one that speaks. And then we have Obi-Wan saying again, these are your final steps. Rise up and take them. I'm all the Sith. I'm all the Jedi. Kills him finally. Once and for all, Palpatine is dead. Maybe. We'll see. Then we had that great meeting on Agent Claus, the big three hugging, crying, emotion. This is the end. Then, of course, goes to Tatooine, buries the sabers. Who are you? Rey. Rey who? Looks to the side. Luke, Leia, Rey Skywalker. Credits roll. Twin sons. Her and BB-8. Again, BB-8 is everywhere. Rey Skywalker. Oh yeah, we went through the sequel trilogy in 2 hours and 13 minutes. So I think we did our own movie here today. So I really love the sequel trilogy. I really like Rise of Skywalker. I love that she took the Skywalker name. There's a lot of reasons behind it, which I said on that video. I know that some people didn't prefer she remain a no one, and that's totally fine. But I think that it works here. Sequel trilogy, for all you haters out there, will never be decanonized. It won't be removed from canon. It's here to stay. So either watch it or don't watch and just watch whatever you want. I really like the sequel trilogy. All right. Papa Pops is gone. Yeah, you're saying it. Maybe. Wink, wink. We'll see. So that's it. That brings an end to our big Star Wars movie rewind. We talked about 11 movies. I think it is 12 movies, counting the Clone Wars animated movie. Talked about all of them. We don't have time to make our big ranking, which I wasn't going to do anyway. But it's been great. So let's start wrapping this up. It's been a year. I love doing this. I started late January 2020, started doing the podcast. So we're hitting our 1 year mark. In this 1 year, we've had from the taping of today, from today's taping, not counting, we've had 527 followers on Twitter, 75 subscribers here on the YouTube channel, Our audio podcast has been listened 1,400 times. Our YouTube videos have been watched more than 1,300 times, for almost 3,000 views total in between both of them. I couldn't be happier and couldn't be more grateful to all of you guys watching this on the live show, watching it later on the replay, listening to the audio podcast when it comes out and you guys have a chance. Appreciate it to all of you, especially in this season. Um, Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas to all of you guys out there. Thank you, Andrew. Congrats on the milestone. I can't wait to see you guys next year. We're going to be taking a break, probably about 4 weeks. We're gonna be out. We'll come back, I think, season 3, episode 1 will be Saturday, January 23rd. The 22nd or 23rd, whatever that Saturday is in January. That's when we're coming back. So we'll see you in about 4 weeks. I'm gonna start reaching out to a couple of guests to have some guest spots. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, if you watch this video, make sure to leave a like, leave us a comment if you want. I'll try to answer those later on. If you're watching this on the audio podcast, make sure to leave us a rate and review. Yeah, we'll get there, Dale. Thank you. Just start spreading the word. It doesn't matter. Even if we stay at 75, it doesn't matter. Always have a great time with you guys. Staying here for over 2 hours, just listening to me ramble on Star Wars. That's why we do it. So thank you to everyone. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Radio Rebel Pod. You can send us an email at radiorebelpod@gmail. And I think that's it. So congratulations again to Jam Transmission. I'll be reaching to you guys in a few minutes. Thanks to Mr. Rez, Dale, Scary Podcast, Andrew from Outer Rim Reads for being here today. Thank you guys. We'll see you next year. And as always, stay safe, be safe, and may the Force be with you.